Hello guys, Max is here, and today we will continue with our Deathwatch Veterans. We will be building this lad, actually not this one, but this one, because the one on the left, namely Veteran DA, I have already built previously. So today we're gonna be building his counterpart, that is holding a huge hammer like this. We have built the one before as part of Iron Fists. Today I will be building the new one as Space Wolves. Let's go ahead and start with the torso. So as you remember, with Deathwatch Veterans, we always start with the torso first. So we build the upper torso, then we add some legs, and then based on this thing, we proceed with assembly settings further on. So we will go ahead and select some torso from what is left on sprue. One more thing to mention is that I would like to build the new one as different as humanly possible from the one that I already have. We will use every opportunity to select another option for whichever bit we are using. This one is using the torso with the skull with tiny eye on the forehead. For the new one, we will be selecting something else, and I really like this number 9. All the backs are exactly the same, number 11, so we will take number 11, this one. So number 11 and number 9 are cleaned up. They should be assembled like this. So let's just glue them. Alright, the upper torso is prepared. Now to the legs. So this mini is using legs number 1, I believe, this one. We will need to use something else. Since I want my guy look somewhat different, I'm gonna use the other legs part, which is gonna be number 5. So as you can see, this is the mirroring of the original mini. So the legs are prepared. We should combine it with the torso somewhat like this. Let's glue it. And we will adjust the positioning after we put the mini on the base. Alright, this is our torso. And we need to put it on the base now, as they instruct us here. This is our 32mm base. We check if it looks good on the edges. Looks really fine. Let's glue the legs. I'm gonna put him like this. As you can see, the head is roughly in the middle, but I will move it a bit back, so it is even better. It is even better now. So this is our pose. He is going forward, so this mini is also a little bit inclined forward. But as you can see, this one is a little bit more aggressive, so he is almost like running. So I will tilt it a bit forward, and we shall see how that will look like with the arms. Now, when we are done with the torso, we proceed to the specialized instruction of Veteran DB. What we need to build first, and we follow the green instructions here, because we are building the green one, we need to assemble 2 arms and a huge hammer. So let's start with the hammer 67. So this is 67. By the way, note that in this case, they don't really print 67 on these bits, where you will see it on the newer spruces. The only reason for us to know this is 67 is because 67 is physically closest to this hammer. On newer spruces, they will do something like this, so it will be more clear which number corresponds to which bit. But in this case, we know that 67 is this one and 64 is this one. Our hammer is done. I have cleaned it up and it looks really cool, and it looks very heavy. Now we need two arms to be attached here and here. We proceed with arm 68. This is bit 68. Okay, 68 is prepared. It should be holding the hammer over here on top. So there is a lock here, as you can see. So this is how it's supposed to be looking like. I'm gonna glue these two bits first, and then I will proceed to the next arm, the right arm, number 66. I'm gonna put some glue here, and I will attach the arm really quickly, because otherwise I risk the hand to be deformed. This looks correct to me, but the lock is really small, and I am not gonna press too much, because otherwise the lock will be dislocated and we will have problems. We don't want to have that. So this looks good. I will proceed to arm 66. This is arm 66. Arm 66 is prepared, and it should be holding this hammer over here, like this. Like this. Let's just glue it. You can see there is also a lock here. I will put glue on this one. And I will glue the arm like this. This looks good to me. So you can already see he is holding the hammer like this. I will leave these to glue properly. And in the meanwhile, we would require some backpack, head, and shoulder pads. Let's start with the backpack, because we don't have to attach backpack to any of the newly glued parts. All the backpacks here are exactly the same. They look different a little bit, but they behave exactly the same. Let's take a look at which one we had here. Here we had one with a huge Inquisition eye here. So I guess we're gonna take something else. The backpack 102 is prepared, and it should be attached here. But let's leave it for a while and let's see how the arms gonna look like. We left them like this. It should be something along these lines. Alright, let's glue it. I'll put some glue here and here. We're gonna put arms like this. You need to squeeze them a little bit, because they otherwise might be a little bit too wide. And one of the reasons I'm putting the arms right now and not after the backpack is because the hands are still not firmly adjusted. So if I squeeze them a little bit, they will take proper form holding the hammer. It is a little bit easier to mold the guy while he is still not firmly attached. As you can see, this looks very nice. I'm not gonna press any further. I think this is good. His posture is gonna be like this. And we can compare it to the one over here. They are nothing in common so far, apart from the hammer. And now let's attach the backpack. The backpack should be sitting here. It is very straightforward to attach it. We just need to put some glue in this hole, and we attach the backpack to this lock over here, like this. We make sure that it is horizontal. Hope you can see it, that he is properly aligned. The only parts that are left are the heads and the shoulder pads. So let's do the shoulder pad 81, which is gonna be the same for all of them. This is the Deathwatch shoulder pad. Very easy to find. It's a bunch of 81s here, 3 left, so we take this one. Okay, shoulder pad 81, the Deathwatch shoulder pad is ready. So it should be sitting on the left shoulder like this over here. Let's just go ahead and glue it. We glue it really easily by just putting some glue here and really carefully applying the shoulder pad over here. So I believe it should be sitting like this. This is our Deathwatch shoulder pad. Nice. And now to the customizations. Let's do the other shoulder pad, which is gonna be one of the chapter shoulder pads. We have a wide variety of options here. For this guy, I would like to go with Space Wolves, because here I had the Iron Fists, and I think that it is only fitting for Space Wolf, Space Marine to wield a huge hammer. So I'm just gonna use the Space Wolf one, number 85. So the Space Wolf shoulder pad is prepared. Should be sitting on the right shoulder like this. Let's glue it. This is the right shoulder pad, looking very, very good. And now the head is left. So for the head, we would like to use something that is not this head. Let's check which heads do we have. These are our options for the head. I would really like to avoid bear heads, even though I really like this one, with the guy with a huge mustache and a beard. We have the head that is with antenna, and I think we want to use the one without. And also the ones with antennas, they have visors, like this and this. And our guy with a hammer don't really need that. So our choices are really this one and this one. I think it would be nice to have the one on the right, which is number 33. Alright, this is our head 33. It looks very aggressive. This is a firstborn Space Marine. It should be sitting somewhere here, and I'm just gonna glue it directly. I'm not gonna dry fit it because it will be very easy to adjust it while it is not fixed in place. I'm gonna put some glue here. And the head is going here. I'm gonna position the head like this. So he is kinda running forward, but then notices something on the right and is about to rotate. I think this looks very, very cool. And people who pay attention notice that we have missed the bags that should be on the chest. We will fix it now. Those ones are supposed to be attached to the body before we actually assemble everything else. But in our case, I have been a little bit sloppy, so I will have to put those on his chest now, in the very end. Luckily for us, it should not be particularly hard, because these areas are still accessible, so he is not holding the hammer in a way that prevents us from doing that. Let's see what is left from this option. So I'm gonna use this one on the right. This is the bag that is gonna be on his right. Let's try to put it on. So I'm just gonna be really careful and put this thing like this. Looks okay. Now to the left one. For the left one, I will use 18, which is gonna be this one. This bag is prepared. We will put it on the left. For that, we will put some glue on the mini. And then we will drop this thing on top. And we will adjust it. So that looks nice. Alright. this is our guy. Let's double check the instructions to make sure that we did not forget anything else. We have built the torso with the legs like this. We put it on the base. We added bags somewhat in the end, but we did it anyway. Then we proceeded to both arms and the hammer. We put the arms on the torso. We put both shoulder pads, a head, and a backpack. And this is our lad. Nothing in the ends, no additional instructions. Sometimes for some sets there are some customizations that are being applied in the ends of the booklet, not in this one. And this is our guy. Let's take a look. This is Veteran DB, the green one, and before that I have built the blue one. So let's take a look at them. So the blue one is going to be on the left, as on the picture, and the green one is going to be on the right. As you can see, they are really different. Completely different poses, different legs, different bags, different positioning of hammer, different heads, different shoulder pads. Even the arms are different, so there is a lot of details that are not the same. If you ask me, this is really amazing how this old set of Deathwatch Veterans allows us to produce two very similar but very different at the same time minis from pretty much the same set of instructions. So these guys are like, brothers in arms, but they are very, very different at the same time. And I really like how it turned out in the end. I think this is incredibly cool set, and especially keeping in mind that these are firstborn Space Marines and they look really cool. This is amazing. And here we have it, my friends. We have successfully built a Deathwatch Veteran designated D, option B. This is a Space Wolves Space Marine with a huge hammer to dispatch some xenos, and possibly heretics too. You never know, xenos can be heretics. Nobody said they can't. If you like this video, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. It will really help me to keep moving forward. If you have anything to say, or if you want to share something, please drop me a comment. I read all of them and I answer to all of them. And I would be happy to see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.